Wait for this clip from today's podcast. It was just dropped like an hour ago. So just stop for 1 minute and forget all of the drama of him and the lawsuits and just watch this, because I bet you haven't heard a Hollywood director actually talk like this about this topic.
Because I wanted men to see themselves in each of the men. I wanted men to see what happens when you do not resolve your trauma. I wanted men to see a guy like Ryle, who in his heart is a good man, be unable to control his insecurity, let his fears win and take over, and harm the person he loves the most, the one person who has helped him find himself, who has helped him believe in love again. He hurts her because he never took the time to heal. I wanted men to see that they could lose everything. And I wanted to do it in a way where, in some ways, men felt empathy for Ryle. And if they could feel empathy for Ryle, they could see themselves. The other way to make this movie, which I was really trying to avoid, is to demonize Ryle and to make him the villain. But I knew that I'd lose the men, and for the same reason I don't say toxic masculinity. I didn't want to make a movie like that, because we have enough of that. We have enough man-hating movies that exist in the world. But this is a movie about trauma and ending generational cycles. And the majority of men that abuse come from abuse. That's the data. That's what the research says. Hurt people hurt people. Yep. And the majority of men who abuse don't change. They can't change. The data also says that the only way for a man generally to stop abusing or to stop hurting a woman is for that woman to leave. And then in the next relationship, he can break the cycle. So what's it like to lose everything? What's it like to be a man, to hold your daughter, who you didn't know you'd ever have, who you didn't know you'd ever find love because you don't feel worthy of love, to finally be holding your daughter while losing her at the same time because of the harm that you inflicted. And then having to make a choice in that moment to protect your daughter from yourself because you realize you're dangerous. That was what I wanted men to emotionally experience as a cautionary tale, because and I've talked a lot about women, and I'm grateful to talk about men. And I've talked about the one Lily Bloom, the one woman in the audience, but deep down there was a hope that there'd be a man in the audience who would recognize his behavior, go and get help, and never harm. And I've had men reach out to me like that, who have thanked me for the movie. And we've stopped those men from harming because they saw what could happen to them. And for that, and for what you said, it makes it all worth it.
Thank you for sharing that.
It's a great question. Thank you for asking.